Hey friends, welcome back to Retro Relics. I hope everyone had good holidays, be it Thanksgiving, Christmas, or New Year's, since it's been that long since I've had a video up, and God knows how many weeks are in January, but here we are, and I have a new idea for today. We're going to be exploring an old Xbox 360 hard drive. Not just any old Xbox 360 hard drive. This is my original Xbox 360 that I got from GameStop back in 2009, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. So I'm gonna explore some old game saves. I wanted to go through it and see if there's any games that I'm forgetting. I've gone through my Game Eye app and selected all the Xbox 360 games that I want to collect, but something tells me maybe I'm misremembering what games I used to play. So I wanted to go through here, see if there's any games that I'd forgotten about on my save files. And I'm also going to explore my old Minecraft worlds on the Xbox 360 version of Minecraft. All right, so let's check out the hard drive, shall we? Let's start there. Okay, so let's check out games and apps. Okay, so this is going to be where my saved games are. Alien, remember all of these. Aliens vs. Predator, Alpha Protocol. These are all games that I want to replay. Binary Domain was a classic. If you haven't played Binary Domain, it was interesting. It had a mic setup, so you just like Mass Effect or like a BioWare game or Bethesda, any typical RPG where you can choose what you're gonna say. It was like that, except you had to have a mic on to do it. I think there was a D-pad option where you could use the D-pad to select what you're going to say. You could press it up or down for commands or to talk to someone. But you had to have a mic was the most fluid way to do it while you were playing games. You could call out commands, you could ask people questions. That's how you communicated with your companions. It was a good shoot from cover third-person shooter back when those were really popular in the mid 2010s or actually pre 2010s. I think this might have been 2009. No, maybe closer to 2010. I'd have to look at the release date. But it was a really solid game for its time. I do not remember playing BioShock Infinite. Black Site. This is one game recently. I wish I had have just had my old Xbox 360 plugged in. But so I was Googling, trying to figure out what was this game that I remembered that had such a really cool twist at the end of it. It felt like a generic first-person shooter Call of Duty of sorts. Until about midway into the game, and especially by the end, had a really dark plot twist, if I remember correctly. This is one I really want to add to my collection, but I never see it at any of the stores. I'm going to probably end up having to buy that one off eBay. Of course, we got Bully, some Cabela's games. I every once in a while, I played those more on PlayStation 2 when I was younger. Call of Duty, Ghost is not one I ever finished. Crisis 2. So Crisis 2, I played the demo of that one more than anything, and that's probably why there's a little asterisk strange. Yeah, I don't know why the A looks like that. I bet you that is actually the demo save file. I played that demo from when it dropped to when it closed. I think it was a beta, should I be saying. It was a beta, and I played that from when it dropped to when it closed. Never actually bought the game and played it. But I love the beta. Beta was great. Destroy All Humans, Path of the Furon, Dragon Ball Raging Blast. Raging Blast is my personal favorite. I actually still have my original Xbox 360 copy of it, and we'll have to get that up on the channel here soon. Ultimate Tenkaichi. It could have been so much. It is, out of all the more modern Dragon Ball games, let's say from the PlayStation 2 to the Xbox One era, out of all of them, I think it has the best art style. I absolutely love the cell shading in it, but it's just you'd have to play it. I maybe I'll do a video on it one day, but there is a specific button command in there where it's basically rock paper scissors, and it leaves it up to chance, pretty much, if you can beat the game or beat the match, should I say. It is awful. It is the most frustrating game mechanic that I've ever seen in a fighting game. No one asked for rock, paper, scissors in that game. But I still think that it has some of the best art style of any of the Dragon Ball games. But it could have been so much more. Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Origins, we've kind of covered, touched base on those recently. That is one I did not expect to see on here. I can attest that that is not my save file. That is definitely from my younger sister back in the day. What a time capsule that is. These are the kind of finds I was hoping to have on here, were things that were perplexing and amusing. Jurassic Park, the game, that is one that I would like to collect. It is a Telltale game, and it is absolutely fantastic. Kung Fu Panda, we talked about this in the podcast recently too. I believe that came with my Xbox 360. It's probably one of the first games that I played on it. L.A. Noire, a classic. And Lego Indiana Jones, I believe that's what came with Kung Fu Panda. Lost Planet, absolutely fantastic game. Nothing here that I am... Oh, interesting. Medal of Honor European Assault. I didn't know that came out on the Xbox 360. My memories of that game have always been on the PlayStation 2. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, I have that game now, and actually have done some recordings on that. I need to hop back in it. PG for Plants vs. Zombies, that was a great zone-out game. Portal 2, amazing. Rainbow Six Vegas, I forgot I owned that. It was a good one. Rayman Raving Rabbids, good old Red Dead Redemption. A SmackDown versus, as you can see, I have the guilty pleasure of the SmackDown versus Raw. The wrestling games were fantastic. Spider-Man Web of Shadows. This is one I desperately want to get a hold of, but have not spent the money on getting a copy yet. If you don't know, hop on eBay and see the average price for a complete in-box copy. Terminator Salvation. That was a pretty solid shoot from cover 360 game. Or should I say third-person shooter. And that was... It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. It was kind of very, very much like arcade. Like, you could beat that in one sitting. Transformers War for Cybertron. That is another game series that I would like to collect and play on here. I absolutely adore those games, and I was a geek for the Transformers series as a kid. Now, the problem is that those games, once again, it's a delisted game. You can't buy them digitally anymore, and they are incredibly hard to find and incredibly expensive. Well, relatively speaking, in terms of how expensive an Xbox 360 game should be, like usually they're like $10, $15, maybe $25 versus the $80 to $90 on some of these titles. They're getting up there. Oh, that's unfortunate. We got quite a few unknown games, and then of course Uno, that's a classic. Watch Dogs, Wheelman. Now there is a title I haven't seen in a minute. This is a Vin Diesel game. It was, or should I say, a video game starring Vin Diesel, and it was actually really good. It's not quite like Grand Theft Auto, but it's similar. It had some really cool mechanics where you could like pull up to another car and like ghost ride your whip, as they say, and basically jump onto another moving vehicle and hijack that car and keep going. And it was based in Spain. I remember the music being really good. I'm probably going to have to pick that up and play it again sometime. Okay, that's it for the save games. I really thought there would be more, but that was interesting. I think there's a couple in there that I would like to revisit. Black Site is definitely one that I want to pick up and revisit. I think the Ultimate Tenkaichi, like the Dragon Ball Z ones, and I definitely don't think that we're gonna revisit Hannah Montana, but maybe we'll see. If everyone, if we get enough votes for it, let's say over 100 people tell me to play it, I'll play it. Jurassic Park is another good one. Lost Planet, of course, I want to get around to those eventually. And then I think the only other ones that I really would like to try out again, Spider-Man Web of Shadows, of course, Transformers, and then probably Wheelman. I noticed Watch Dogs, didn't talk about that one that was there. I finished it. Interesting concept, but I think that everything that was good about it, for me, was done better in Cyberpunk recently. So I think whatever memory I really had of Watch Dogs has since been completely overshadowed by my experience in playing Cyberpunk. Not much to go in the hard drive. I mean, we went down memory lane. We took a stroll. Okay, the moment that I've been waiting for, in all reality. is going to be Minecraft. I really am looking forward to exploring these, and I think this is going to be, because there's a difference in like seeing where you were on an old game. It's like, okay, yeah, I was there, I just did that level and I just did that, like, yeah, but this is like opening up an old notebook and leaving and looking at notes you left, or if you are perhaps are into sketching things, I think that's more comparable. Is like opening up an old sketchbook and looking at, sketches or drawings, art that you made that you had completely forgotten about, no matter how high or low the quality is. That's what this is, because I don't think I ever played survival mode on here. Maybe a couple of times. I was all about creative mode and building things, and it was so peaceful and enjoyable. So spent a lot of hours on here. My sister spent a lot of hours on here. So I'm probably going to be finding some really cool memories, like some really cool stuff. I know for a fact there's a map that I really want to show everyone, because I've never shown it to anyone, and I worked really hard on it. So this is going to be fun. I'm curious to see what we find. Okay. Whoa. We have a lot to go through here. A lot. Okay. So let's start with... This one just says New World. So let's load that. Well, nothing in the immediate vicinity. So I think this one was a bust. Okay. Let's see what's in the next one. This one's called Trip. A completely flat world with a lot of animals around. Another bust. Bliss. Don't remember making that one, but it was probably me. It seems emotional and on point. Oh, I have a somewhat full inventory here. I wonder if I was just messing around, because I don't see any structures nearby. Cool looking map. I would probably play on this one, but not what I'm looking for. There's so many of these. I might have to make a full separate video to go through all the rest of these. Just vibing to this old Minecraft music. It's the best. I'm gonna save that one. Let's check this one out. That's definitely my sister's, so let's see what she left behind. Oh. She left a cat behind. And quite the library. I think I actually might remember this. Nice. Okay, a faux TV and a faux couch. Seems on brand. This is pretty cool. I do remember this. Yeah, she used the switch plates to make a table. And an indoor fountain. That's actually kind of lovely. I like that. That's beautiful. This is pretty cool. I wonder if there's a third floor. Oh, that just goes... Oops. Yeah, I'm just breaking the doors because I don't remember how to open them. So it's only 2 floors. Cool looking map. Looks like this. Looks like she was hard at work on this one. This is a good find. I'm not mad about this one. This is actually more what I was looking for. Like some cool things to explore. Looks like she fenced in the yard out back. That's about it. That's neat. That, though. I like that. That's cool. Alright. Exit. Continue without saving, since I broke stuff while I was in there. Hunting. I get the feeling that one's going to be a pretty empty map. Alaska 2.0. Let's try it out. Let's see what's up. Oh, this is actually survival mode. Oh, there's definitely a house up there. Well, let's go check it out. Okay, let's see what we can find. I'm probably gonna... Let's see if I can remember how to open the door. Hey, I remember to open the door now. Left... I'm sure some of you have already been screaming left trigger at me. Little backyard. Some animals. Neat. Nope, stay out of the house. I'm not even saving the map, but I'm still gonna say that. Wait, there is a second floor. Hey, there's a staircase. Okay. Ah. Little dog left behind. Still kicking. And a cat. It's pretty neat. I suddenly feel like I should leave some food and water behind for them, but I'm reminding myself that this is just a video game. Okay, well, that was something. Let's keep looking around. I'm uncomfortable with the amount of dogs up here. But there's a hoarding situation going on here. It's either like walking into an old house and the pets were left behind, but someone else isn't there. Maybe they are there. You just haven't found them yet. And this is okay. Kudos to the render distance there on an old 360, but I don't understand the purpose of this. It's a neat find. I guess it's creative mode, so you don't have to worry about getting up here. But okay. All right. That was a find. Certainly not a bust. Not what I expected, but it was something. Spin the wheel again and see what happens next here. All right, map o' fun. All right. This should be interesting. I will be disappointed if this isn't interesting and fun, considering it was advertised by said person at the time to be a map o' fun. What kind of satanic ritual is happening now? Okay, so this is enclosed. I was expecting a way out of this. Oh, hold on. Was that supposed to be a skyscraper? Like in the distance? I don't understand, and I'm not sure if I want to know its purpose. Body of water? Okay. Something neat looking over here, though. Winterland. Judging by the Tower of Fire, that was not what I thought we would have. But let's, you know... So it's supposed to be a candy cane of sorts. And entrance to something. Just a room. Okay. All right. We're going to try that again. Good, the sun's going down. That way we can see the towers of fire much more clearly. This just says DD. I'm assuming that this council chamber here has something to do with the pillars of fire outside. This is definitely not a map that I made. And it's probably my sister and her younger cousins. And this was some sort of ritual, cult, perhaps, if you will, that these preteens had concocted. I'm not sure what to make of it, if I'm being honest with you. I really don't. I don't want to know what the switches do on top of that building either. So we got a pool of lava. We got a pool of water. We have Winterland, which seems extremely underfunded, and it was high concept, low delivery. Um, I just wanted to come back over here to see these. Yeah. That was something. Moving on. So, just wanted to go back. That was titled Map O Fun. More like Map of Nightmares. Sorry, that was low-hanging fruit. There are so many of these to go through. I think I'm going to make a part 2 of this. Because there's other profiles on this Xbox as well. Meaning there's other save files. So, more than likely, I have enough here to go off of for a while. But we're going to go to this one. Because it is in the Mass Effect texture pack. Now, as you might already know, I'm a bit of a BioWare nerd. Even more so a Mass Effect nerd, especially back at this age. And then this came out, I had the grand idea that I was going to make a map of the Citadel, or something inspired by the Citadel. And it was going to be a roleplay server. It never came to fruition, but I certainly did my damnedest to build a solid map 1, which is I entitled it. So I'm actually really excited to show this off and see if it stands up to my memory. The next expansion here, like the next wing, if you will. So let's go ahead and zoom out here. You can see the bottom now, but I remember when I specifically built this, I was trying to build it with as much height as I could before I hit the ceiling, and to minimize being able to see the ground floor. Okay, so let's just stroll around. If I remember correctly, my sister helped me come up with these little ornate light things, so it would light up the area, but also be, like, neat looking. So this was supposed to be like the Presidium. I remember I used these little, as I was building, I would use these. So I like made kind of not necessarily a spoke system, but a hub area. This was the main hub area that was inspired by, obviously, the Presidium, if you're familiar with it. And then any of these areas where I hadn't made an extension to yet, I would put this caution tape here. Let's see what this area is. Oh, elevators closed. So this was supposed to be an elevator. Obviously, it is not finished. I was gonna have I think it was gonna have a lower wards area. Okay, I believe this was supposed to be a lounge. Yep. There's cool little terrace here. This was supposed to be a lounge. I don't remember. I think this was the last area I was working on when I stopped working on it. Oh, I also use little light blocks here. Every few tiles. They blend right in, but it helps light up the area. So I never finished that side of it. Meaning this is the only other place I finished, and I remember putting a lot of detail into this. This is CSEC. And these switches specifically do things. I think it may open those doors and or lock them. I did a pretty good job with these. I'm proud of this map. There was... Now I'm wondering if I didn't finish it on here, but finished it on a different console. Because if I remember correctly, this opened up to like holding cells. And this switches over here commanded them to like open and close and stuff. Well, that's it for that. I thought I had done more, and I'm almost wondering if it's not on Xbox One that I finished making that area. Because you can see that I had started work on the construction for the rest of that area. But I specifically remember making cells and stuff like the holding cells. But yeah, that is my little Mass Effect project that I did way back in the day. Good times. I think that's going to be it for today. I definitely want to go through more of these, but I do not want this video to go on for too long. But I think I would love to make a long format video or maybe a part 2. Let me know if you enjoy seeing these old Minecraft worlds and what I run into, because there are plenty there to go through. So I think we're going to just do a part 2 to that. But thanks for watching. I wanted to get another video up for the new year and check in with everybody. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm definitely going to be doing more videos and getting back into the swing of things now that we're kind of out of the holiday slump and that incredibly long January that we just had. So thanks for watching. Now it's time for you to go relax and remember one of your favorite retro relics. Take care.